Hi, Karen from Quantum Heart Awakening. So I know some of you were expecting a twin flame reading, but I just can't do it because it's the full moon. We gotta do a full moon check-in. It's a full moon in Pisces, and it's also an eclipse. This is a really big full moon eclipse portal. You could see, don't ask me about astrology. It is not my zone of genius, but what I do know is that you can see where Pisces falls in your chart, in your natal chart, and that's the whatever house that falls in is what you'll be working with during this eclipse portal. What else do I have to say? Yeah, it's been really intense already. Like a lot of my healer friends and my muggle friends, if you will, everyone's going through it in so many different flavors. There's a lot of liminal energy right now. There's a lot of like people in transitions, people changing jobs or careers, people changing relationship dynamics, changing homes. There's a lot of death and rebirth happening, and it is uncomfortable. I myself have had a ton of pressure in my chest and around my head the last couple days. Granted, I am in the mountains at a little bit of a higher altitude, but not enough to make me feel like this. Okay, let's all take a deep breath. Okay, let's get going. I just keep shuffling. I just feel like we have to. Okay, sorry I'm shaking things around. What do we need to know about this full moon for the collective spirit? What do we need to know? What are we working with? What are any blocks to overcoming these things? What does that say? To be fair. Okay, we have justice in reverse. Anything else, spirit? Anything else? We have community. I'm feeling like this is echoing a divine masculine reading maybe that I did. I can't really remember. I do so many readings, but anything else, spirit? Anything else for the collective? Am I taking all of these? How many do we have? 3? Yep, I'll take these. Okay, what do we have? What do we have? We have orphaned in reverse, serendipity, and imagine. I'm just going to put these here so we can see them. Okay, what's in the unconscious? Let's take a peek. The never-ending story. Oof, okay. All right, people. I'm going to leave that right there until we move through everything. So let's just start in the unconscious because it's right here. All right, we have the never-ending story. We have this little fairy creature sitting on top of a, what do you call these? Oh my God, why am I drawing a blank? What are these called? In my, sand timer? No. You know what I'm talking about. This thing with where the sand runs out of time. My brain is, bear with me. That's another thing that can happen. A lot of brain fog during this full moon can happen. Okay. I feel very scattered. I just wanted to name that because we have to stay true to actually what the environment is that we're working within. I feel scattered. I feel like emotional in a exhaustive way. You know, when you cry or kids cry because they're just so overtired, that's how I feel. I feel my emotions are very close to the surface just from sheer exhaustion. So if some of you feel like you have been waiting for this change, that you have been dragging yourself towards the finish line, keep going. Try to take care of yourself, but don't stop, or take breaks, rest, do what you have to do, but don't stop going after what you need to in order to cross this finish line or in order to cross the next starting line, whatever that looks like for you in your life circumstances. Okay, so let's honor that this is what's being pushed into the shadows, the never-ending story. So people, is there something that you've been avoiding? Is there some sort of repetitive cycle that you have? Look, I don't know if you could see this, but there's a little hand mirror here, and clearly she's not looking at it. There's something about, are you avoiding looking at your own reflection and your own accountability of, let me say it a different way. Are you struggling to look at your role in your circumstances? This is going to be really important to take this accountability and responsibility for your own life to literally stop the cycle, right? What's that? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Well, how's that working out for us, right? How does that work out for us when we continue to show up to life doing the exact same thing, staying in the exact same position, a relationship, job, living space, whatever it is? How does that work? If we don't change anything, nothing changes, right? So let's keep this in mind as we go through the reading, that we seem to, as a collective, to be stuck in this never-ending cycle. However, reminding you that this is a full moon reading. So something about this cycle is going to be revealed to you, or it is time to set maybe some intentions around releasing any blocks towards that which will help you make a new choice, right? Take a different action. Okay, I'm just going to move that on the side. Okay, let's get into it. I feel like we really need this little birdie energy. Can you guys just look how cute this thing is? It's my friend's mother's. It's so freaking cute. Okay, moving on. Just to recap, we have To Be Fair in reverse. That's a Justice card in reverse. We have Community, we have Orphaned in reverse, and we have Imagine and Serendipity. Right out the gate, I am feeling this imagination and serendipity together, that if you don't put in your orders with God, with the quantum field, then the quantum field cannot gift you these serendipitous moments, right? Then the quantum field cannot surprise you with a synchronicity or with some sort of twist of, I don't know, a gift from the universe. So there's something about putting in your order, just like you would at a restaurant. You quite literally are asked to put in your order. Or maybe you're not even allowing yourself to think you're worthy enough to make a request. That has to change right now, right? This is a full moon. What do you want to release? What do you want to let go of? What is time to let die? Okay. That feels like its own separate message. I'm just going to move that out of the way so we could drop in. Okay. There's a narrative here. Do some of you feel like you've been wronged in some capacity? Do you feel like you've just been dealt a crappy hand in life? That, that God has abandoned you in some capacity, right? My God, why have you forsaken me? Is there some flavor of this showing up for you? Honor, again, that the universe is in constant communication with us. It's only our awareness. The universe is in constant love with us, right? We have this beloved relationship that we usually aren't really conscious of as we go through our daily life. Maybe some of you are, and that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. But there's something here. We're being called to recognize that God's love is in constant flow. It's like a wellspring of love and authenticity. The space for even more authenticity is more than welcome. It's encouraged. It's the language of the universe, right? The only reason we've incarnated here in Earth School is to live our authentic lives, right? When we aren't living authentic, soul-led lives, we're living a life with a mask on. What is the point? What is the point? We can't move the needle if we're never showing up as our true self. So there's something here about reclaiming self, balancing the scales of justice here, allowing the gnosis to actually come in to balance the scales. What's throwing me off is this orphan card. Let me just think about it for a second and look at it. I haven't really looked at this card. Oh, what a weird card. Wait, can you see it? Let me try to focus. There we go, a little bit. It's like what looks like a person in some sort of like gown or wedding dress, and they're wearing a bird head. Like there's the beak and a weird bird head, and they're sitting in a nest, and they look really sad, and it looks eerie and ominous, right? It looks like a nest in the high mountains or something, and it's an orphaned card, but it's in reverse. I am lost with this one, Spirit. Do I need more cards? Hold on. There's one narrative bubbling up, but it's very far away. Let me see if I can get more of it. Listen, we want this orphan card in reverse. It's a better position to be in, right? So something either has been healing or will heal around this feeling of being abandoned. There's something here about abandonment. There's something, maybe some of you have felt that your community, your family, your church, your mosque, your temple, your friends, your school friends, your coworkers, there's something here, some group of people you may have felt has abandoned you, but you are reclaiming that, and only you can balance these scales. Sorry, this is a weird reading. I'm feeling the pressure in my chest rise. Let's just stop and get more information. Spirit, please clarify this reading. All right, we just got deep knowing and observer. All right. There's so many messages here, you guys. There's so many. I have a message about parenting, that even if you were abandoned in your life, that you're being called to step into the role as your own family, like almost be your own community and parent yourself, be your own best friend, be your own greatest cheerleader. Whatever you feel like you didn't get in your childhood, gift it to yourself. This came up in the Divine Masculine reading yesterday around stepping into the role as the divine witness. Okay, I think I'm getting another message here. So I have to go back to this Justice card in reverse. On this intense full moon, I'm going to invite you to set the intention to access a higher interpretation of your circumstances. Even if you can't, right? Let's offer ourselves some grace and compassion if we can't access that right now. If you're right now in a place of pain, honor that. That's real. That's okay. If that's where you're at, just be there. There's nothing to fix. There's only just presence with that which is, right? So you're being called to do what you have to do to take care of your human vessel, your body, to ground, to access this higher knowing, to tune into your heart space, because when you tune into your heart space, you will come to this awareness that everything had to happen exactly as it did. Even the horrible crap, right? That horrible crap is what helps us polish our, I was going to say sword, but I don't want to use that. It's almost like polish our mirror, polish our lens, right? When we can look through the lens that everything is a gift to us, that the quantum field is always gifting us with opportunities to become self-aware, opportunities to understand our role in these situations so that we can take accountability for our lives instead of being in the role as the victim or the savior or the perpetrator, right? Okay, this is a weird reading and my jaw is tightening up. Hold on, let me move some energy really quick. You can move energy by, shaking your body, by tremoring. You could hear what I'm doing in my voice, almost just shaking it out. Just leaving it all behind, letting this full moon blow through our house, clearing out all that no longer is necessary, all that is no longer needed for our next journey, right? For our next chapter. And is there, okay, the tightness in my jaw is getting so loud, I have to mention it. Are some of you having a hard time stepping into, quite literally, opening your mouth? Are some of you having a hard time speaking your truth, stepping into some version of authentic self-expression? Is this in your family? Is this in your relationship? Is this at work? You're being called to bring more truth into the room. That is something I say with my friends all the time. How can I bring more truth in the room? Or is all of my truth in the room for me to feel safe, secure, and confident in taking a next step forward? If all the truth is not in the room, then it is up to me to bring my truth into the room so that we can hash out whatever, whatever things I'm not fully in consent with. Okay, let's see, Spirit. Anything else for this full moon? What do we need to know about this full moon? Anything else? Follow your dreams. This came out yesterday. Okay. Anything else, Spirit? What does this say? Adventure in reverse and communication. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of just what I said. Are there conversations that are on your to-do list that you just are putting off? People, personal growth. Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to say the thing that you might not want to hear, but you're being called to higher accountability. You're being called to take radical accountability and responsibility for your life. And I know this could be really intense and harsh, especially if you're having a really tough time. But how can you honor that you are completely in control of your current situation? And maybe maybe you don't feel in control in your 3D life, but your domain is your 5D life. Your domain is your interior world, your interior castle, right? So how can you take ownership over your internal space? That means your mental, your spiritual, your physical, your emotional. What would support you in this moment? I'm not telling you to cross your boundary and force yourself to do more work than you're ready for. I'm calling you to a higher level of awareness. Your awareness might be, you know what? I do have to do these things and I'm not ready. And that's okay. That's a beautiful thing, because when you can name your truth, you could you could wield your sovereignty in a way that protects yourself, that draws appropriate boundaries, that doesn't push yourself into something that you're not ready to do. That is equally as important, if not most important, on this path of self-awareness and personal growth. Anything else, Spirit? Anything about okay, this is the awareness that's coming. We have adventure and communication in reverse. It reminds me of one of my favorite movies is Hook, like old school Hook, Robin Williams, Dustin Hoffman. It's like the best, right? Okay. You don't have to agree with me. It's just a fact. There's a line in there, and you will have to forgive me because I can't fully remember, but it's like, death is the only true great adventure. There's something here about communication is the only true adventure. Stepping into your vulnerability and living an authentic life is the only true adventure. Because what are we doing, right? What are we doing here if we're not speaking our truth and living from our own truth, right? You are not meant to conform to the world. You are just an aperture in which the world can experience itself. You are like an aperture in which God, the universe, creator, creation can experience itself. You are this little bundle of consciousness, and you get to flex your awareness, flex your wisdom, flex your energy, flex your consciousness in a way that either magnifies the world or minimizes the world. Another way to say that is that it either magnifies love or it maximizes fear. Like, you have these choices. So the only true adventure is to communicate authentically. Don't be scared to screw up. That's why we're here. We're meant to fail. Say the thing, ask the dumb question, do the funny dance. Go dance in the rain, sing in the rain, be weird, be your authentic self, whatever that means, because that is your path to honor your truth and follow your soul's stepping stones, which will lead you to this personal growth, which will inevitably lead you to your dreams, whatever they may be. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else about personal growth? Anything else about communication? Karmic completion in reverse. Okay, just a straight up message here. If some of you are holding on to people, places, or things, it's just time to let it go. It's time to let it go. Choose something different for yourself. This is it. If no one's invited you to do this, if no one's loved you enough to invite you to put it down, I'm doing it. Me, Karen, is inviting you, fill in your blank name, to put these things you've been carrying your entire lives down. Is it insecurity? Is it a fear? Is it a desire? Is it a longing or a yearning for a person? Whatever it is it limiting beliefs? Is it negative self-talk? I am inviting you to put it down. It is safe to put it down. You don't need it anymore, okay? Anything else, Spirit? Anything else? Sorry, I'm shaking everything. All right, I think this deck is done. Anything else? I thought just a bunch of cards were going to come out. No. Oh, last one. Music. Okay, my music card, as some of you know, when I read, it's a frequency card. So you're being called to babysit your frequency. How can you step into the role as the divine parent and babysit your frequency? Parent your frequency. Turn off things that bring you lower. The news, reading doom scrolling on social media. You are being called to be a diligent curator of your own frequency, right? If you were a gardener or a farmer, you would not let weeds run rampant in your vegetable garden. You would diligently spend every moment or a chunk of every day scoping out your plot of land, checking on your vegetables, pulling out the weeds, making sure that the pest situation is in control, right? It takes a little bit of action and curation to curate this frequency. So what helps you do that? I'm going to ask you, write it down. Is it listening to a certain music? Is it listening to a certain reader that you love, or doing a breath work that you like, or meditation? Is there some video, or is it laughing? Is it dancing? What gets you to that kind of, and I'm not even saying shoot for the moon. I mean, yeah, that's beautiful. If you want to shoot for oneness, Christ consciousness energy, do it. Cool. That's unbelievable. That's like master level stuff. If you feel called to that, amazing. Go for it. But even just curating your frequency of authenticity, like, okay, I'm in a difficult situation. Maybe you've had a crappy day. How can I be my most authentic self right now? And your most authentic self doesn't mean you're the most loving self. Your most authentic self could mean you're swearing at traffic right now. If that's true for you, then be right there. There's no reason to be anywhere other than exactly where you are. I'm going to say that again. There is no reason to be anywhere than exactly where you are, and learn to integrate, love, and accept that part of self that is experiencing that thing in that exact moment. Boom. That's it. Okay. Where are we at? Oh my God. Okay. In the unconscious, we have financial discipline in reverse. All right. I'm going to say one thing about this because I went on a whole tangent about, didn't Divine Masculines get this card? And I feel like they had it in this position as well. I understand how the real humbling experience it is to be a human trying to survive in this world, to pay our bills, right? A lot of people are losing their jobs or switching careers, or maybe they never went back to work after COVID, or maybe like, who knows what's happening? Maybe there was a death in the family, or there was a divorce, or God knows what it is. However, I honor how difficult these things are. And you're being called to bring these things around money and finances out of the shadows and into the light. How can you don't even have to do anything. I'm not even going to tell you to fix anything. I'm just going to invite you to allow yourself to look at your financial world, your life. Are you okay? Are you in fear, scarcity, lack? Are you struggling? Are you paycheck to paycheck? What are you in the deficit? What's going on? This just requires your awareness. I'm not, someone else can invite you to do something with it. It's not going to be me. Our biggest job is bringing this out of the shadow into the light. That's it. Maybe in another reading we'll dive deeper, but that's it for now. Okay. Where are we at with the time? Okay. Man, I'm already tired, but I do feel better than when I started. I think I had to do this reading. I feel like it was just necessary. Okay, what else we got? What else we got, Spirit? Anything else? Anything else for the highest and best good of this beautiful collective on this full moon? All right, I'm going to take both of these. We have shine and we have rage. Whoa. Okay, hold on. And what's in my hand? Shame. I'm not going to take that because I'm going to take this. Okay, grief in reverse. I'm going to put that on rage. A message that's already coming through, people, is that let go of any sort of preconceived notion of who you thought you were supposed to be as an enlightened individual or as an illuminated being or as someone, like facts are, we are all divine, fallible humans. We all have access to the full spectrum of human emotions, and no one is like more perfect than another person. There's no, okay, let me just voice, do you hear me struggling? Let me voice where I'm getting this from. So I have this shine card, and then these two pretty intense things came out. We have grief in reverse and we have rage. So one message I'm getting that's interrupting my other message is that some of you may be coming to a completion zone with your grief, which is really wonderful. And I'm getting the energy that this was a relationship. I don't know why. This just feels the most plausible. It might also be like if you had a death in the family and, you allowed yourself to grieve. And now that is kind of coming to a close, all of your truth is now bubbling to the surface. This is wonderful because remember, what did we start with? We started with this call to a higher authentic self-expression. Open your mouth, open your jaw, massage your jaw right now. Relax your shoulders. You're prepping your throat to open, literally. You are, hold on. Oh, that's what I was saying. It's almost like as this grief comes to a close, a deeper truth is being revealed, and it's okay if it's rage. This could be around a parent that died. This could be around an ex, an old beloved, an old boss. Allow this anger and rage to move through you. Do not suppress it. In that way, in igniting your authentic self-expression, you actually are shining. Wait, is that focusing? There we go. You actually are shining, right? Let's let go of preconceived notions that shining has to look a certain way. It doesn't have to be rosy and sunshiny and whatever. It is... Recalibrate your definition of shining, of stepping into your power as stepping into your authenticity. In that way, we give ourselves more grace to just be human, right? Wow. Okay. My throat's getting exhausted and dry and I don't have a drink. So I'm going to get a little froggy. What does this say? Feeling safe. Okay. Yeah. Let's just honor if you haven't always felt safe to unleash the kraken of your rage. That's real. Most of us haven't, right? Or most of us, let's just say this. If you would, identify as a woman or a predominant feminine energy in this world, we haven't really been taught healthy rage, right? We've been taught to suppress, make other people comfortable, make yourself smaller. And what happens? We repress all of our freaking rage into our bodies. Gabor Mate, who's a wonderful trauma physician, and he's touched every piece of medicine in his journey. But in one of his talks, he talks about that women have the highest number of autoimmune diseases because we suppress so much emotion. We suppress and swallow so much of our truth. And then what happens? This is now a Carolyn May's energy anatomy things. She says, first, when we swallow our truth, first that, the repercussions of doing that, first it gets taken out of our creativity, then our relationships, and then our cellular worlds, meaning our cellular tissues, our physiology starts to get affected. If you are already someone who is dealing with physical repercussions from repressing your truth, You are already at like the last stop on the train. So this is a wake-up call. This is a call to something higher. This is a call to freaking freedom, people, right? This is a call to step into your sovereignty, understand that you are worthy even in your rage, in your grief, in your sorrow, in your desire to burn it all down to the ground and start fresh, right? This is like the phoenix energy. This is the wild woman, the wild feminine, dark feminine energy that understands that a certain level of dismantling and destruction is sometimes necessary in order for us to rebuild. Okay? Beautiful. Whew, intense readings. You know, it's funny. I go through my own journey. Like, I have a collective message for you guys, and then I have my own journey. By the way, do you see this? Shame came out again. It was meant to come out. I go through my own journey. All of that pain in my jaw and my chest was wrapped up in these messages, and now it's slowly subsiding. It's still there, but okay, we got the shame card. Oh, and I didn't even see, you guys probably read it before I did, but we have this, sorry, I'm trying to focus it. There we go. We have this naked card in the unconscious. Okay. It is time to stop putting your naked, authentic self and truth into the shadows and bring your naked self into the light. It's time to reclaim shame, parent the parts of self that feel that shame, parent the parts of self that feel all this fear around what would happen if I spoke my truth and said the thing or did the thing or acted on the thing. You are being called to take deeper accountability for this. I need to end it because I'm starting to feel exhausted. So let's see. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else you want to end on? Any messages for the collective on this beautiful full moon in Pisces eclipse? Anything else? What do we got? What do we got? We have Hunter, track down your fears and desires in reverse. I mean, hello. I mean, come on. It's time to reclaim your truth. Maybe that's truth about your fears. Maybe that's truth about your desires. If you don't know, if you can't bring your fears and desires out of the shadows into the light, you cannot ask the universe or claim your truth or draw boundaries around your fears, or you can't take care of yourself properly if you're denying a huge piece of yourself. Okay. And then what is this? Wise one, grow within your current situation and shapeshift or transform and unveil your gifts. You have a profound gift of being able to reclaim your truth. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it there. Much love to you all.